Hey everybody, just a quick message from Bonkers Network. We would like to remind everybody that certain topics of discussion may not be comfortable for all listeners. Certain viewpoints may not reflect those of our partners, sponsors, affiliates, our hosts, or that of our guests. We would like to encourage everybody to keep a respectful and open climate of discussion for all topics, no matter how disturbing they may be. So viewer discretion is advised.
You know this world has gone insane. It is absolutely no secret. But tonight, Saturday night, you are about to experience the true measures of what that insanity can bring you. Tonight, you are about to see Ball and Bonkers, the one-of-a-kind show that delves deep into the world with no holds barred. Now, meet your hosts, Dakota Franson, Specialist of the Strange, and Christopher Mule, the UFO fanatic. Now, give it up, and let's see what these two idiots can bring you.
Ladies and gentlemen, these two idiots proudly present our favorite Batman and Robin team, Bryan from Huntophobia, Parapost, and Lex, and hopefully he's one of the Robins that actually wears fucking pants. Here to talk about ghost hunting, global ghost hunting, all that. These guys are way too much to keep track of.
I know. Bryan, Lex, welcome to our show tonight. Look at that. We've got 215 people watching this as we speak throughout the network, throughout all the channels. So I hope you guys are well. And we were discussing before the show, guys, that Bryan has a Christmas tree behind him, but in actual fact, it's not a Christmas tree. It's just a decorational tree that lights up. So there you go.
And I actually said it. I don't think it becomes a Christmas tree until you actually put decorations on it, but unfortunately the branches are so brittle I don't think it would hold anything, so it's okay.
Well, at your age, that's expected for your wood.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
And the other big news, ladies and gentlemen, this is fantastic news. Lex has had a haircut.
Lex got a haircut. And you know what, as a former stylist or hairstylist,
really,
because I was a hairstylist for 13 years.
Really?
Yes. And I haven't had a good look at it yet, but in actual fact, and Lex, I love you, I love you, but it's actually making his head look bigger.
That and the beard coming down, got a long head.
But it looks good. I like it.
Actually, I think he looks younger. Actually, I mean, what age are you? Lex? Out of curiosity, anyway, you're only in your 20s anyway. So,
I'm 29.
So my question is, why? Why'd you cut it?
I got bored of having. Well, not bored. I got annoyed at having to keep looking after it all the time. You can tell when your hair's dirty when it's long. It was a ball ache to have it tied back all day. So I was starting to get a lot of headaches. And then I realized that I've got a really beautiful neck tattoo that I couldn't see anymore. So I shaved my head. So now I can see it.
I like it. I like it.
There you go.
Yeah, see?
So, oh, wow.
So, guys,
you really
just think of the ladies will be chasing you up and down the street now, Lex, And I didn't know that about you, Bryan. I did not know that about you. You were a hairstylist.
I was a hairstylist.
That actually explains a couple of things.
Well, no, not really. I don't think it explains anything, actually.
Oh my God.
No, I loved hairstyling. It was great. But it got to a certain point where by the time it got to the blow dry, I was done and I wanted them out of my chair, to be honest. The famous thing is hairstylist. As hairstylist, and I'm sure a lot of people can vouch what I'm going to say. People, when they're sitting in your chair, they can talk about all kinds of stories. And it came down to, and to be perfectly honest, it came down to one thing, and that made me decide that I didn't want to do it anymore. I had a lady sit in my chair. I knew her for a total of 10 minutes, and I knew her whole life story. She was having an affair on her husband. The man that she was sleeping with, he was having an affair on his wife. It was a big whole thing. And it was like, and then she started to cry. And it was like, okay, I need to get out of this industry now after I heard that. So, yeah.
Okay.
So, and then, Lex, would you like to tell us any jobs that you've had in the past that we don't know of?
I don't think so.
We're not called Bald and Bonkers for nothing. Come on,
no, I've pretty
it's
much
a time of sharing.
I've only worked in restaurants and bars. That's all I've done.
Yeah. You never get somebody that didn't tap you.
No.
Come on.
Oh no, I did actually. I did used to. My first job, I was a leaflet distributor for corner shops. Every cash in hand every Saturday, having to deliver to 500 houses. And after you deliver about 100 of them, I decided to just go and bury the rest of them in the river. and I did this every single week, and I got paid because they didn't know. And then eventually, because I was too quick, someone followed me into. And the funny thing is, where I did it, where I used to bury them, was actually the place where I filmed my 3-part Clewer Hill series. I used to go into that forest and chuck them in the river. And I came back one day and they were like, did you go into Clewer Park? And I was like, no. He's like, well, we found this. And he pulls out like a wet leaflet, which he'd brought back with him. And I was like, I guess he still paid me for the day. And then he was like, yeah, we don't need you anymore. So I was like, all right, cool.
See, Heather knows. Heather Johns. Look what she wrote. Hairstylists and nail techs know all the dirt.
That's very true.
Not wrong.
That's very true.
There's something you're going to learn something for this, Brian. You're going to learn that the fact is, when it comes to the global ghost hunt, you've got to be giving out flyers. You don't get Lex to do it.
Duly noted.
It's funny you say that. It's funny you say that. It's funny you say that because I'm looking towards entering or putting in the global ghost hunt to the Unexplained next year in Bosworth. And so I'm going to need Lex to go out there and take care of it for a day. Now, the question is he really going to go out there?
Yes.
That brings up a lot of questions.
The difference is this. I actually care about this one. I didn't care about the offers in Cost Cutter shop.
Yeah. So Global Ghost Hunt, I'm looking to put a table in the Unexplained next year. And hopefully Lex and Robin and Nando and hopefully Sarah will be taking care of it both days. So so that's probably going to be our. I'm planning on doing at least 5 Paracons next year. So for the Global Ghost Hunt. So want to get it out there. Need to get it out there.
Well, you're here, Brian. Why don't you tell everybody that's watching all over the networks, all the different channels, all about Global Ghost Hunt?
I think Lex can say it so much better than me.
Oh, come on. When you go for it, then.
And I will I will say that Lex is the director of the Global Ghost Hunt. I think when it comes from somebody who's from the UK, it sounds so much better than a Canadian saying it.
Yeah, why do you think all the villains are British?
True. It's true. We can carry a nation with this voice.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I'm putting the English accent on. I'm Scottish.
Yeah, that you
everyone says they're attracted to his accent, but can't understand a fucking word.
Well, this is it. This is it, right? Sometimes it is difficult to understand, Chris. I like it when he sends me a voicemail message or a voicemail message over Messenger, and it's
I'm going to send you a special
I understand about 35% of it.
Yeah, it took me about 3 months of working with him to understand what the.
You see, I'm actually doing you a favor here, Brian. I'm training you in the lingo of my language. So when you come to the UK with Lex to investigate in Scotland, you'll be able to understand all of us Scots.
Oh, look at that!
Well, that
a
depends.
fellow Canadian, right there. Melissa,
Who's that in the chat? Melissa,
she's from Toronto.
Hello from Toronto, Canada.
I am from Toronto as well. So, do you want to go? You want to do it, Lex? Or you want me to do it?
No, I can do it. It's fine.
Okay, perfect.
Coming
just
soon.
Back and listen and correct anything that he says.
Yeah, coming soon to a paranormal investigation near you. So the global ghost hunt. I mean, the clue's in the fucking name, son. It's a massive event. So our company, twice a year, we have two different 10. Is it both of them are 10 days, isn't it? So 10 days in May, 10 days in October, where we host. We are the hosting platform basically for a worldwide ghost hunting event where teams and locations can sign up to do it with us. And in that case, they get a whole bunch of things from us to them while doing this investigation, places to stream, thumbnails, all this, that, and the other. But more than that, it's a shared experience over the same course of 10 days that we all get to take part in one massive hunt and show everybody what we're doing, what we're finding, and we're learning from everybody at the same time. It's going to be an all-around paranormal experience that I don't think anyone's ever done to the degree that we're going to do it. So fill in, Brian.
Fill in. So you said that was pretty good. That was good. There was a lot of good things there in a quick 45 seconds. No, I liked it. I thought it was great. And honestly, Lex is put it right on point. And the Global Ghost Hunt is, and I will say the dates, and the dates are between May 4th and May 14th and October 19th and the 29th of next year, where it will start. Really, at the end of the day, the Global Ghost Hunt was really about not only about the teams, but it was about the locations as well. As in paranormal investigators, we truly believe, or I truly believe, that a lot of these locations are being torn down for whatever the reason may be. So really, this was not only about the teams, yes, but really more about the locations and preserving these locations from being torn down and being destroyed or being vandalized or whatever. And that we might even have some locations out there that nobody's ever heard of. And that will go ahead, Chris.
Can you tell us some of the locations? Can you tell us just maybe a couple?
Well, I will tell you a location that just recently signed up with us, and that would be Gilchrist Jail in Florida. And they signed up, and hopefully, yes, Melissa, next year. So hopefully, we do have a team that's probably going to be with them. We already have a team ready for them if they want. But generally, when the locations sign up, they really have to look for their own teams. But if we have a team that signs up that doesn't have a location and happens to be in the same area, then we'll team them up and they can investigate their location. So really, at the end of the day, we talk about the teams a lot, but really it's more about the locations and about saving these locations from being destroyed. And like I said, there might even be a location that might sign up that nobody's ever heard of. And the reason they're signing up is because they want to get more publicity. They want to get more marketing. They want to get more people in there to investigate. Because to be perfectly honest, these locations to run are expensive. Especially if you have like a prison or if you have an asylum or something like that, they're expensive to run. We all know what's going on with, Waverly Hills. There's a prison that I go, it's about 4.5 hours for me. He owns the property. He needs people to go in there as well. And he doesn't charge a lot. He only charges I think it's like $30 per person or $20 per person. And, which is obviously fantastic price, but there's a lot of places out there that charge a lot more. And, that's why I think it was so important to have this event for these locations. Yes, teams are important. They are important, but the locations are as important. For example, when I was out in the UK with Lex, we went to that windmill,
Mhm.
and it was being constructed, and being refurbished, or whatever was happening to it, whatever they were doing it. It's things like that. They need money to preserve them, and they're not going to get the money from the town or a government grant or something like that. So it's events like these that are going to help these locations.
That's absolutely brilliant. There's a lot of places near me. I mean, there's just a castle down the road from me, about 20 miles down the road from me, and it's absolutely stunning, right? But it's falling apart. And it's free entry. So, but it's a shame. It's a shame that these places are falling into disrepair because the government will not give them money to look after these amazing buildings.
Yeah. So really, it was about putting an event together that's going to help everyone, and I mean everyone. Like right from the start, I've said that the people, the teams, the locations, but it's people in the administration staff as well that are helping, that I want people to meet and to know and to see why they have a passion for the field. And so it's important for them to get noticed as well. And this is really, it really comes down to about everybody that's involved is going to get a piece of the pie and really get noticed, and globally. And I think it's important.
And there
Raymond's
he is.
Clearly been drinking.
I was waiting to see how long it would
Raymond's
take.
clearly been drinking.
Raymond. No, I think he's pretty spot on.
Well, definitely on this bottom right side of the screen. I'll tell you that.
Well, the left isn't doing too bad either. So
I honestly think that you guys, you're doing something really good.
Yeah,
you're doing something really good with Global Ghost Hunting, because I think there is a lot of people out there that do these live events. Some people do these kind of live events, and they're not the best. And I think for you too, it'll be really, really good. I know Lex, because Lex is really good in this kind of area too, because I've worked with him once, and I think you'll be brilliant at this, Lex.
Oh, well, the other thing too is, and I want people to understand this as well, that what we're doing for people, and I've said this on other shows as well, that everybody that's involved is going to get a piece of the pie and get noticed and get their name out there. But also for sponsors and donators, we're going to have stuff on our website when it comes to, especially the donations. If somebody wants to donate a little bit of money to this event, great. But what we're going to do for them as well is we're going to have a donators page. So you'll go to that page and you'll see everybody that's donated. Now, what I want to do when that starts happening is they can either put their logo or they can put their link. So if somebody goes, well, who are they? And they can click on that link and it will go directly to whatever website or wherever they are on social media, so people can learn about them too. And if it's a business, it can help that business maybe promote their stuff. They could be selling, I don't know, camping equipment, and they're looking to market themselves. And that link will be there. You'll click on that link. You can go over to their website, if it's a website, and maybe purchase something. So it's about helping them as well. They're helping us. We're going to help them.
And the other thing to note as well is, obviously Brian told you the dates, and the interesting thing is why we've picked these dates. I mean, the October one, everyone's thinking, oh, it's going to be because it's near Halloween, but it's kind of bigger than that. So both the event days that we're doing are what's known to be the thinnest part of the veil. So that's also a really important factor in those 10 days where hopefully people can experience something incredible in those short time periods, which we wouldn't normally get.
Yeah. And just to add that it just happened, and I know Lex said it's about the thinning of the veil. When I picked those dates originally, I didn't realize those were times of thinning of the veil. It just happened to work out that way, which I think is kind of interesting. And definitely when it comes to paranormal investigators, that's going to help them a lot on their investigations as well.
I think it's going to be absolutely awesome to watch. That is going to be
Yeah.
absolutely awesome to watch all around the world, different locations, thinning the veil. You're going to get a lot of people watching that.
Yeah, as it stands right now, we're looking at being on. At this point right now, that could change. It's probably going to be on around 10 different platforms, and as it stands right now, it could be more. But as it stands right now, it's about 10 different platforms, so they're going to be seen. People are going to be seen, and even the administration staff are going to be out there as well doing investigations. I think it's important for the administration staff to be out there as well doing.
I definitely want to see Lex. I definitely want to see Lex getting locked in some tomb somewhere. You know, I'd pay for that.
Oh, I'm doing an old hospital, so hospital/chapel. That's what I'm doing. So
yeah, I think you're doing it with your
nuns
buddy, right?
Get freaky.
Yeah, so my place is, so me and Brian did the outside of this location on the tour. I'm going to be doing the inside of it this time around. So for the event.
Is that the one with what's her name? The famous what was her name again?
I always forget her name, but yeah, the really famous doctor lady.
What was her name? Florence
Nightingale.
Florence Nightingale. Yeah,
and she hated this hospital because she said it's built the wrong way. So instead of facing a certain direction, it's built the wrong one, and it's attached to a war memorial grave site. So that's where I'll be going. It's right at the southern border of the UK.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. I think I know the one that you're talking about. Yeah, Florence Nightingale. She was an unusual person. Yeah.
Yes, she was.
So you've also got Parapost Network, haven't you, Brian? I mean, it's like Facebook, but it's obviously just for like ghost hunting and UFO and whatever people.
Yeah, you know what? If I knew then what I know now, to be perfectly honest, it's been great, but it's been a pain in my butt as well. Yeah. To be honest, I talked about it last night on. I interviewed on Parapost Live last night. I interviewed Todd and Marissa, and we were talking about it. I wish things could be perfect. They're not. Unfortunately, I know even Facebook for the last 28 hours, 29 hours, like I'm able to look at the shows on my phone, but I can't see the shows on Facebook. And I don't know what's going on with Facebook, but Facebook's been acting really weird for the last couple of days. And
it's been getting hacked. I know that. Seemingly it was in the news about it. I think it's been hacked a bit. So I think it's this Russian thing and all this stuff that's happening all over the world and stuff.
Oh, really?
I think there's a lot of there's like Iran and Russia and all these places. I think there's a lot of problems with Facebook right now. Yeah. I know a lot of people have had problems.
Yeah. So Parapost Network is growing. But we moved host about, and I'm sure Dakota can back me up on this. I moved host about a month ago, and we are now on what's called a dedicated server. Well, unfortunately, when you go to a dedicated server, there's a lot more things that are entailed with that. When you're on a shared server, it's not a big deal. But when you're on a dedicated server, there's things that you have to do within the site that it's going to work with the dedicated server. So we had to upgrade the site in the back. We had to add a module in order to upgrade the site. There's been a lot of since we moved over. Everything that was in the back site had to be upgraded for the dedicated servers. So we've been having some issues here and there. But we'll get it sorted out. We'll sort it out. And but I will say the uploading speed or downloading speed to download stuff is a lot quicker. When videos go up from YouTube onto Parapost, it's like that now. It's not like it was before where they had to wait. Like it was like 5 hours, 6 hours before it went up onto the site. So now it's like goes like that now. So that's great. But there's a lot of things in transition when it comes to Parapost Network. There is a feature I want to add soon that I think is really going to help the site. I'm hoping by this time next year, or I'm hoping before May, that will have the live ready to go, and that will be part of the Global Ghost Hunt as well. And people will go live on that site as well. So there's a lot of things coming up. It's a work in progress, but can you agree with me, Dakota? When you're moving to a dedicated server, it's a lot different than a shared server.
Oh yeah, I can validate that.
Yeah. So yeah, there always seems to be, like I said, if I knew then what I know now, I might have had second thoughts about Parapost Network.
Technical stuff. That's why I've got Dakota here. He's got it.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and I love that I have it, and I think it's great for people that wanted that. But at the end of the day, it's been a lot more work than I anticipated, to be honest. So I thought it would put it up and then it would just grow, and no, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So
Lex, my friend, do you not have an announcement that you want to make? You had a wee announcement you wanted to make, didn't you?
Is that
Cue the Jaws theme. Cue the Jaws theme. Cue the Jaws theme.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's not an announcement. Just wanted to talk about something I saw on YouTube the last couple of days. Now I'm assuming, Brian.
There we go.
Dakota and Chris, I'm pretty sure your audience has a brain cell, right? I'm going to go that far and say that they're a pretty intelligent group. I mean, they must be a bit bonkers if they're watching this show, because that's what the premise is. But they must be smart, right? So I'm going to safely assume that there is no one who watches this show who is a fan of Mo Saji. If you disagree with that statement, please let me know and I'll tell you. But something really funny happened this week. So it's my favorite thing. I don't know why I still watch these channels, but this is why. But he put up a video where he's like staying in this abandoned house and he's barricaded himself in there with a friend of his, and then he's got a machete, and there's someone who's dressed up like a clown. Thanks, Raymond. There's a guy dressed up like a clown with a blowtorch who's trying to get into the house and whatnot. And if
There's always a bald joke, isn't there?
Yeah, every time. And so if you watch this video, you can see the clown figure is trying to burn down the front door, and there's a really funny bit, and he's now edited it and re-uploaded it, so it's not there anymore. But we'll get to that in a second. But there's a really funny bit in the original video where he's forgotten to take the edit out, where he's instructing the person outside the front door to kick the door to make it scarier, which is incredibly funny, because I was reading the comments and everyone, I commented on it, because everyone was commenting like, I really hope you're okay. You should have called the police. Why'd you keep putting yourself in harm's way? And I guarantee all these channels that are commenting are probably going to be in their early teens, like children. And that's why I have an issue with it, because they're genuinely worried for him. And then I commented on it saying, is no one going to address the fact that he's left the edit in where he's telling his buddy outside what to do? And we know Mo Saji's good at leaving edits in. I remember on Through the Lens.
I don't understand. I really don't. Why does he do that?
Have you not seen the? Obviously, I spoke about him before when he left the edit in where he was telling his buddy not to open the door too quickly. And I remember we joked about that. I
never saw it, but I remember you telling me.
Yeah. So this came up. So anyway, I'm assuming he was aware that people had noticed that he left the cut in and he took it down. And thankfully, there is a superhero on YouTube who a lot of paranormal people probably don't like, but I love him. His name is The Shape. If you haven't seen him, he's the guy in the hockey mask who tears down these big fake YouTubers. And he did a really good one where he has downloaded the clips of the edit, so you can still see it and see what he's done. And if you go to the video now and you skip to that time, you can see that he's re-uploaded it with that bit cut out. So I just wanted to talk about that, to touch on that and let people know that he's an absolute fucking fake ass clown. And
do you feel better, Lex? You feel better?
Yeah,
this is
a
like
a
healing show.
I just don't get it. And so it's not the fake stuff is not what I have a problem with, because we all know it's not real as adults. I don't like that he's putting worry into little kids. That's the bit that pisses me off. Because there are kids that like when you read, if you go to the video now, and look at the comment section. It's all these youngsters that are genuinely showing concern, and it's misguided. Like, I don't understand that. I reckon he could fake his death tomorrow, and one of his friends could put up a video saying, "Oh, Mosaji's been killed," and all these kids would probably get upset about it, and that would probably hurt the kids. So I have no respect for this dude whatsoever, and I just wanted to bring it up on there. So if anyone does watch his channel and sees that video, don't believe it, because the edit is there. And if you would like to see the edit, watch the Shape's new video on it. It's fucking hilarious. I just wanted to touch on that because obviously, as we know, I like to let people know when people are doing this stupid stuff, like Huff doing the Queen video.
Oh, yeah. That was just ridiculous. That was just ridiculous. When you go, Lex, do tell everybody about this.
So I was just enjoying it. Well, I wasn't enjoying myself. It was the day the Queen died. I just got back from work, and I was just scrolling Twitter, and someone put up a thing saying, "I can't believe Huff Paranormal's done this again." And without even looking, I went, "I bet you he's done a fucking Queen video." And I'm English, so I took a lot of offense to it. So I saw the video, and I was like, "You fucking idiot!" And I was like, again, he has no class about him whatsoever. I have no respect for any of these YouTubers that do it either. Like, I know there's a lot of bigger ones that every time a celebrity dies, the first thing they do is they're straight online and doing this kind of stuff. And I find it I mean, I know that we deal with the dead; it's kind of our thing. But when we're talking to Joseph Smith, who died in 1712, I don't think it's as disrespectful to try and talk to him as it is to someone who died today. When people genuinely are upset about that person dying, and not to mention he's getting paid to do it, so he's using the death for money, and that's another thing I really disagree with. If my channel was monetized and I was doing a video where I was going to have to touch on recent death subjects, I wouldn't monetize the video. Just out of that respect, I would do something in it to get it demonetized, like get my bum out and screw it on the screen, like anything to demonetize the video, because I'm not going to profit off of someone else's loss in recent times. Now, again, from 1700s, it's a bit different. 300 years have passed. You know, you got to have some grace and decorum, and it's people like him that, again, it all goes down to the reason why we're all discredited as a real scientific field is because of these assholes that fake the videos and then are disrespectful to recent time. I think he did one when Betty White died, like on the day, and I called him out for it then as well. So
the one that annoyed me the most. The one that annoyed me the most was with that Huff Paranormals. The one where he went in. Did you see the one, Lex, where he went into the graveyard? He started using his ghost box, and there was a funeral just across the way. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't see that. No,
he's in the graveyard.
He's such a distasteful.
3 graves down, like 3 graves or 4 graves down. There's a funeral, and seemingly the guy comes through from the funeral. I mean,
I beg he turns up to one of my family members' funerals. I beg for him to do it because he'll be the next person that gets buried. He's just an absolute joke of a human being. I don't get it. I don't like. Is money worth that little, that much to you? So the dignity of it being a human being means so little. I don't understand it whatsoever. But yeah, this is the stuff that really pisses me off, and this is why I like the fact that stuff like what Bryan does when he's bringing the real paranormal community together on this network, and we're networking, we're building things together, and the community is looking better with the people that are in there compared to the ones that are on the elite side of YouTube, if you will. That's what it is.
There is a lot of fakers out there, and it's getting ridiculous now. And at least with the global ghost hunting, that a lot of real people will get seen for a change.
That's the important thing for me. That's why I make a big point on teams, because we're always overshadowed by these people. Like, so when I do a video and I do something in the video, and so I think I got a comment on one the other day that I removed, where they're like, "Oh, you're just doing this because Jasko did it," and I was like, "No, I did it because every paranormal YouTuber does it. You just happen to watch him." But thank you for coming over to my video and shitting on it. So cheers, mate. So and again, they're coming from notoriously fake channels like Jasko, and then shitting on what we're doing. It's like the reason why it's not working for me is because this is what it actually is. This is what paranormal life is. It's not an action movie every time you go out and film a fucking video. And obviously they don't like hearing this. So like when I replied to it before I deleted the comments, because I just couldn't be able to argue on my comment section. I mean, they know where my Twitter is. I'll argue publicly on there. But it's like, as soon as I put on there, I was like, well, then explain how this happened then. Why did he do this? Why does he never show his Randonautica screen when he's telling you where the locations are going to be? Because he's lying to you. And he didn't like the comment, and he called me a really, really horrible word. So I was like, okay.
Did he really?
Yeah, it called me a cunt, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Sorry for the hard. Sorry for the C-bomb.
You're just relaying it for historical accuracy. That's all it is.
And again, this person is probably a young person. I don't know anyone my age or above who's a fan of Jasko. Everyone I know watches it are in their teens, like maybe early 20s at most, like 2021, or just getting into YouTube. But that's about it.
But all they're doing this for is the money. When you go,
yeah. No, I was going to say Lex wasn't there last week on Through the Lens, but I was talking about two individuals that are on YouTube as well that like to fake videos, and I actually have proof that they fake videos. And about a month and a half ago, I was on a live. I can't recall who it was, the live I was doing with, but I said something about it, and in the comments below, it was obviously a young person. It was I think it was a young girl, and she was disgusted. How can you say those bad things about my buddies, and they're my close friends? I'm going to go over and tell them what you said. And it's like, go ahead, go over and tell them what I said, because I know that they fake videos. And it was definitely somebody young. And I can't remember what live I was on. It's Sam and Colby, and I'll call them out. And,
they're massively fake. Yeah.
And I did a location, the documentary that's going to be coming out that I did back in January, and 2 weeks before I was there, they were there. And with that girl off of TikTok that doesn't live too far from me either. She's got something like 25 million followers on TikTok. And what's her name? Boo Boo, or I can't remember who it is. And she tells bad jokes at times, and she also does paranormal. And but anyways, she took them there, and the general manager followed them around everywhere. And they were doing stuff that nothing was going on at that point. They were, they were downstairs in the basement, and all of a sudden they went, oh, like that, and nothing happened. And the general manager, by the time they left, she was pissed. And, because they were going to be representing the Old Angel Inn, as now these two people are coming here. People know they fake videos. Now, is this place really haunted?
Yeah.
And, and it is.
I used to like those two as well when they used to do the urban exploration videos. I used to watch them religiously. I mean, I think my first ever New Year's Eve special, I put them in my top 5 paranormal lists. And then less than a month later, I took it off the list. I was like, nope.
Yeah. So that person that I think it was a little girl, that she was really pissed at what I had to say because it was her friends. Well,
have you ever noticed when you call something out, like, because I do it all the time. Like I publicly do it. I called out Jody Dean on YouTube and Twitter. Twice. I called out Omar almost weekly. Today I've called out Jasko and Mosaji. And the thing is, like, when I do this, they know that I'm right, because not a single one of them responds to me. Now, a lot of people will say to me, oh, it's because you're a small channel. It's like, yeah, I might be a small channel, but I'm making a lot of fucking noise. Mm-hmm. Look how many people are watching me on a live stream every week. We get numbers. Like, people see who I am. So it's like, I know I'm not a big name. I'm not a big person, but I know they're aware of. We know Jody knows who I am, because he made that response where he wouldn't speak to us directly, didn't he? So
Jody doesn't like me at all, supposedly. And that day that we did that show on Betrayal and Fakers, Jody, from what I understand, Jody knows exactly who I am, or whatever, and he does not like me at all, supposedly.
I always offer them. I say to them, you come and speak to me one-to-one and show me raw footage of you doing stuff without it being cut up, And if I that way, I will know you're telling the truth. But you won't do that because you are lying. And this is what I've said to Brian. Like every time I do an investigation, so like let's say the UK tour videos, I haven't put any of those videos out yet because I'm still putting them all together. But when they're done, I keep each of my SD cards for all the investigations. I change the cards, so I'll keep it. If there is anyone who disputes it, I will, and if they're in the UK, even better, because I will travel down to meet them in a coffee house with my computer. Or they can bring their computer, and I'll give them the SD card with the 17 hours of footage on it, and they can look at it themselves. Because our cameras don't get turned off. They're on all the time, blowing battery out after battery out. You just leave them going. So it's like I always do it, and I've had someone who I work with deny something that I've seen, and I was like, okay, I can show you the actual thing, and they were like, yeah, okay. So I did. I brought it in. There you go. There's the original file. Listen to it yourself. And it's when I was being growled at in Clewer Hill, and it's like, just listen to that. You can see it's not us three because we're sat here. So the fuck is doing that? And I even say in the video, I don't claim it to be paranormal. I just say something is growling at us, but it can't be. There's nothing here. And it's just a weird thing. So I was like, none of them will come forward and say anything about it because they know they're in the wrong. Especially Omar. Omar's like the biggest thief out of all of them. But
what do you think about this comment from Emma?
Oh god,
Dakota,
CJ.
do you know who he is?
I was about to say, doesn't he actually admit he fakes it for entertainment purposes?
He did recently, yes. After a whole, I think it was about last year, where UGUE came out and announced that they were faking everything and that they were apologizing for it. I'm pretty sure he did it. He did
Joe
as well.
From Urban
Explorations. Urban Explorations, yeah, UGUE.
Yeah, he admitted that he was faking videos.
Yeah, so did CJ.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And there is there was a funny, and I mean the fact that CJ works with Jasko, you know he's bullshitting anyway. If they work together, you know they're faking it. That's how it works. But so CJ, he did a video where you can see his hand open a cupboard, and he didn't edit his hand out of it. So he's like holding the camera like this, and he's panning round, and the cupboard door is meant to open behind him, and he's actually got the camera pointed here, and you see his hand open the cupboard like this as he turns around. So that's number one. And then I think, as far as I'm aware, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, he put a thing out saying he admitted faking videos because there was 4 groups who came out and said they were faking stuff. I'll have to double check it. But I'm 90% sure that he was one of the ones that came out because I remember speaking about it when they did because G Team did it, UGUE did it, CJ did it, and then there was another one who said that they'd been involved in staging videos. And I was like,
what about Carlos? Cool. What about Carlos?
Well, Carlos the fam.
Yeah.
Anyone with the word the fam in their name, just fuck them off.
Yeah, right.
Anyone. If it's something the fam, write them off. If it's South Cac, sack it off. Not for being fake, just for being fucking just pitiful all the time. Crying on Twitter because we didn't get 1 million views. Well, you never have. So why are you upset about it? Be thankful for the thousands that you get. Why are you? We're gonna quit YouTube because we don't get engagement. Okay, so why?
Who are you talking about now? Who are you talking about?
That's the South Cacs channel.
Oh God!
Yeah. There's loads of problems in this field, man. They all do it. They're the funny one. Henley was another one that did it, where they were like got upset that they weren't getting engagement, so they announced that they're going to quit on Twitter because of it, and then they didn't quit. And I was like, why do you do that? It just makes you look like an attention. If I went on Twitter tomorrow, and I went, that's it, I quit YouTube. I'm not doing this anymore because none of you lot are engaging in my content. And then next week, I'm like, new video uploaded. Da, da, da. You look like a fucking idiot. I don't have integrity about yourselves, guys. But no, to answer the original question, CJ is also fake. There we go. I can, if I have your, if you've got a Twitter page, message me and I will send you the video where he does that as well, so you can see him faking it. I don't just call people fake for the fun of it, even though it is fun.
The South Cacs haven't seen in ages. And every other day he was putting a video up on Twitter crying.
Yeah, but don't forget they were also doing like 12 to 15-hour live streams of them not doing anything, just talking to a camera for 15 hours because they were trying to get the runtime up. And they did it every single day. And it'd be like, that's why no one's watching your content. When I look up a channel and I see they've uploaded live streams, do you think I'm going to sit there and watch 13 hours of footage? No. Yeah. The engagement of a YouTube video is 23 minutes. Well, do you think I'm going to sit through 15 hours? If you're wondering why you're not getting engagement, it's because your videos are too long. I mean, one, you're boring as shit as well, but your videos are too long. My videos are too long. My videos are 50 minutes long. I know mine are too long.
I think this was about 2 years ago. I think he put up a video up on Twitter crying because he'd been doing this for so long. He still was trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and he was crying about that because 3 people were watching his videos, and it was just like, why are you on Twitter crying about this? Like, seriously, you think this is helping your cause at all?
It's just weird. Like, I've had videos that don't perform well. There are some videos on my channel where you can actively see that it's not a good video. Like, maybe I poorly edited it. Yeah. Maybe the investigation wasn't exciting. I mean, I get that. If the investigation, nothing happens and it's boring, it's going to be a poor video. I already know that, but I still upload those anyway. But if it's like, I don't go on Twitter and then moan about it. What I do is I try and look at it. And I'm like, okay, why did this video not perform well? Oh, they turned it off in 25 minutes and I uploaded a 45-minute long video. Okay, so what did I do? What did I learn from that? Cut the video in half, upload part 1, part 2. And then I instantly saw something bigger. Like, get better. It got better. So you just got to do stuff like that. You don't go on Twitter and moan that, and it makes you seem so. Is it ungrateful? I'm looking for ungrateful for the amount of attention you already have. I'm grateful for. I've got 305 subscribers. That's it, and I'm grateful to each and every single one of them. Even the one that keeps fluctuating to unsubscribe and then resubscribes, because every day, you know. YouTube,
that's a little puzzling.
YouTube seems to think someone's on the fence about me because one day it's 304, then it's 305, then it's 304, and I'm like, dude, just stay on. There's good things coming to the channel, my G. Come on. But it's stuff like that. So it's like, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for it. I'm never going to complain.
And that's something that what's that? That guy says there. Is it? Can you bring that up? Because my computer. Oh, here we go.
That's who I interviewed last.
It's hoaxers, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, see the people go ghost hunting and then they run away screaming wildly. That's just madness.
Okay. So there's a thing for this though. So,
and that would be CJ.
CJ, yeah. If it's a knock and they run off screaming, like something knocks on a wall, that'd be a thing. If something came crashing through the ceiling, like at that kind of bang, I'd probably run. Like if it was like sounded like something heavy had landed next to me, I'd probably run away. But the knocks, I do understand that it is frustrating. The other thing that's frustrating is if there's a knock at the other side of the room and they don't straight away run round with the camera. Again, the top YouTube paranormal channels all do it. Something gets thrown from round the corner and they don't go round the corner to check. They just walk backwards and they're like, "Oh my God, guys, did you see that? Did you see what I was pointing my camera at preemptively? As if I did know that was going to happen. Did you see that, guys? Tune in for part 7 when I'm going to go around the corner eventually." And it's like, as soon as I just fucking go around the corner. I did it in my first ever video. We heard something run up to our camera. My friend grabs the camera and straight away runs around the corner of the church to see if someone had run up around us. Nothing.
Yeah.
But, that's the point of it. But yeah, I get that. The whole like screaming and running away. It's like, come on. I know it is a scary job to do.
Yeah,
but there is, and some of them over dramatize it for YouTube videos. I get why, because it makes it more exciting to watch. But it's not what if you're there for excitement.
It's getting bad now. You must admit, I was on YouTube last night, just flicking through stuff, and I was like, "Oh my God!" And as you say, there was that case. There was something in the corner, and then he went, "Tune in for the next part, and we'll go round the corner."
Every time. Right. Or they show it at the beginning of the video, and it's like, when they do like the intro, it's like coming up, and you see a chair get thrown, and you're like, "Yes, I'm watching this video." How long's the video?
Or they've got night vision on, and they're creeping about.
How long is the video? 55 minutes. Okay. Wonder whereabouts do you reckon in that 55 minutes left of video time that scene is where they throw the chair?
at the very end.
54. Yeah, you get a minute of that, and the rest of it you're sitting him through going, "I'm here by myself. I'm definitely here by myself. I haven't brought a friend of mine who you saw reflected in my sunglasses in my last video saying I was on my own, but I'm definitely that was someone the fam, by the way." Reflected in his glasses, his friend was stood in front of him, and he was like, "I'm here by myself." But are you? Because I can see your buddy in your eyes. He's in your glasses. Come on. So but I don't understand it, man. You'd have more fun just doing it legit.
I don't know why folk do it. I honestly don't. I'm going to let Dakota talk because he's not spoke all night there. He's got that new microphone and he's not even saying a word, you know?
Yeah, but I was like, we did an episode not too long ago. It was the week again that the Queen passed away because I started seeing more ads for it pop up. Can you imagine the type of shit that's going to start coming out when more and more people get their hands on this new AI stuff that's supposed to automatically create genuine
He'll be back in free
voices. I mean, you can train them. It takes like an hour of someone's voice, and all of a sudden Alexa has that voice. The way they're marketing it is like, can you imagine telling your grandma to read you a book? And I've seen a little platform where I was telling Chris, we can tell the program to listen to a couple hours of us, and it can create a whole show on its own.
Oh wow!
And it's the same similar kind of tech to what they used to give Val Kilmer his voice in the new Top Gun.
Yeah.
It's like, can you imagine if these people were actually smart enough to use that stuff?
Oh my god!
No, thanks to you, Dakota.
We heard someone speak. I mean, again, you can shortlist it though. You could just put it in you could put it in another checkbox of don't watch video. So if they use SLS cameras, don't watch it. If they use that AI technology, don't watch it. If they're using a K2 meter that's on their phone, don't watch it. If they put the word demon in a title, don't watch it. And if their name and if the channel it was uploaded to starts with any of these, you don't watch it. Jasco, Hunting the Dead, Oh My Gosh TV, Sam and Colby, Mindseed TV. There's your list. Follow those and you'll probably find a legit channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to send any complaint letters or any messages at all, please contact Lex. Where can they contact you on your channel? Would you like to just give it?
You can contact me on Twitter at Lex Paranormal YT.
Oh yeah, I see a lot of people coming your way soon.
Oh my god!
The best thing is, like, I'm not saying anything wrong though.
No,
like if the channel stopped, like I know people that used to fake videos has now stopped faking videos, stopped making videos for a long time, and now they've started again, and they're not faking it this time. The difference in quality of what they're doing is better. Yeah, they're not running into flying objects every 10 seconds, and yeah, they get bombarded with fake with some horrible messages like, oh, fake, and it's like the person is aware that their integrity is now the person's aware that their integrity is now gone, but they're doing it properly this time. So I can respect them, and I'm not going to shit on them for it. Forward all complaints. I look forward to dealing with them.
There you go, Lex.
I
look forward to writing. I mean, if they're good, if they're legit concerns, I will definitely answer them. If you call me nasty words, it will be a bye-bye. Scratched by a demon. Scratched by.
Just got scratched by a demon.
Scratched by, I don't mind. You can get scratched by something. It's the demon word I have a problem with. The chance of you running into demonic activity is less than 1% of experience.
Oh yeah,
it's so small. So it's like,
but that's where you get now. That's where you get now. We're going to the demon house. We're going to the demon castle. We're going to the demon graveyard.
Did everybody enjoy the Randonautica season on YouTube? Because that seems to have died off now, which is good. I don't see many. I don't see a lot of Randonautica videos anymore, which is grand. Now it's all stalker videos, which I've noticed. So again, the 5 people that I mentioned, 4 out of those 5 groups have got a stalker who keeps showing up and trying to kill them. It's weird. It's a weird trend, but I'm glad Randonautica's finally died off because that was terrible.
I know. Yeah, I tried that. It was biggest pile of rubbish I've ever tried in my life.
Yeah, it's dog shit. This is the thing with the apps, though, isn't it? Like, you can't trust that. I know that people I mean, I've used it. I know that Necrophonic was something that people used.
Yeah.
And I get it. I didn't have enough money for a spirit box, so I used it. So whereas now I don't use it. In fact, I don't use any apps on my phone now.
No, I don't use the Necrophonic anymore ever since I learned who the maker was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Huff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was looking into, I was researching it because I thought that'd be an interesting show. And everything I found for who created the Necrophonic app bounces back to Huff.
Yeah,
yeah, but he was only part owner of it, right? There's somebody else who owned it. I think it's Steven something.
But even still, you don't want to give money to him.
Yeah. But he's not the full owner. He's only partial owner of that app. There's somebody else who owns it as well. I don't know. I used it, and I used it for a while, and I used it for quite a while, and then I just stopped using it. The SB7 is my go-to.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
Do you know
this thing, like, to stay off phone apps? That's my advice to everyone. Just don't use the apps.
Yeah, I love the SLS on the phone. I think that's amazing.
Shut up, Brian.
I think it's an amazing app.
The
ghost.
What are you smoking?
No, there's another. You know what? There's another app out there that I thought it was hilarious, and I downloaded just to see what it was like. It was the one where you can. It's got a on a ship where it detects the sonar. That detects,
oh my God,
and this is what it does
that.
in the app. And you go around your room and you do this, and then all of a sudden something comes up, and then all of a sudden while you're going to it, all of a sudden there's a really like creepy man in the background of this app, and it was so dumb, and it was like, my God, like somebody actually spent money on this. To get this out there, and I'm gonna go walk around with my phone, and all of a sudden a little spot comes up. Oh, that's where it is. That's where the ghost is. Okay, like, honest to fucking God, like, seriously.
I've seen that shit for like the 3DS. There's this game called Spirit Camera, and there were some people trying to say, "Oh, it's catching real ghosts." No, it fucking doesn't.
A game designed to show you where ghosts are.
Yeah, the whole concept is looking through a camera that sees spirits, part of the main game. And there was a feature in the game was taking random pictures and having ghosts come up. It's like, if it's real, why does the fucking main ghost in the game pop up in these alleged real photos?
Yeah, that's a massive coincidence, isn't it? The ghost in my house is the same one on the game. Jesus.
What the hell is this game?
You know, Lex, you should get your own radio show just talking about fakers and people that fake stuff in the paranormal.
Well, I'm actually going to write a book. I've decided I'm actually going to write a book. Yeah, I'm not going to do it this year. I've got a lot on this year, but I am going to be writing a book in the future, which is I've already got it's called The Mind of a Paranormalist. If anyone's going to keep an eye out for it,
that's quite a long name, that isn't it?
Well,
can you spell
myself? The Mind of a Paranormalist, yes. But it's gonna the book's gonna detail that stuff. I've got it, I know what I'm doing. It's not just gonna focus on that, but I am gonna talk about that. So I think people are sick and tired of hearing me talk about it. So I was like, you can read it instead.
Yes, well, we'll need to buy that. You'll need to come on to the show to show off your book once you've
long way off, but yes, I shall.
You should send a couple of copies to all your favorite ghost hunting people that you were talking about tonight.
Oh, definitely. I'll sign it for them. About Jody Dean, my biggest fan.
What is Brian doing? Are you looking things up?
I was trying to see if I still had that app on my phone.
It's all coming
in, because I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious.
There's loads of people that there are people that we've had on through the lens who ask us in the chat about certain apps, and I have to there's one that they want me to look into, and it's actually really expensive, so I'm really on the fence whether or not I'm going to do it, because I don't really want to buy it to dissect it. I think it's over £20 for an app.
For a fucking app.
And I'm kind of nah, that's too much money to blow on something that I'm just going to rip off. So Necrophonic was $9.99. That's as far as I'm gonna go. I was like, that was too high. So I don't think I'm paying any. I don't think I'm going to buy the other ones, but like I do try and look into them for people because I may be very new in the paranormal field. I'm only 2 years in, but there's a lot of in that 2 years I have learned a great deal, and as you boys know, I spend a lot of my time just looking into. I'm either debunking videos, I'm either working on my videos, or I'm looking about what's new in the paranormal world and. Is it believable? Is it right? Is it wrong? And that's all I do.
It's like the word that I used to bring up a few times around about you, Lex, is orbs. What do you think about
what's really
orbs?
cool? You know what's really cool? People go over to the Global Ghost Hunt website. There's a video on there right now of Barry Fitzgerald talking about orbs. The great debate about orbs.
The great debate about orbs.
Yeah, we know which side of the fence I'm on.
Yeah. Well,
you know what's going to happen. You're going to be in an investigation one day. You're going to be creeping through this haunted castle, and this giant orb is going to chase after you.
I don't deny orbs. I think some orbs are probably legit things. I just don't think you can use them as evidence because of the 900 things to cause them.
That's very true.
So that's why I don't use them. Like there are some that I've seen. We've had a guest on our show where they've showed us clips, and one of them is this orb of light that moves, and I was like, well, I can't really. The way it's moving isn't like an insect. It's not falling like dust. That could be a legit orb. The problem is it's one legit orb in a sea of insects on the lens, rain and dust, and that's why I don't like them. I like seeing them on my own videos. I'm like, oh, this could be an orb, but if you've watched my videos, you'll see that I never point them out.
Yeah,
I don't give them attention. I'm like, okay, that could have been an orb. Maybe that's something to come back to later on and do another test in this room. That's what I use them for. They're like markers for me. Other than that, I'm kind of like, if I watch a video and the whole video is showing me 25 minutes worth of orbs, they haven't shown me any evidence, in my opinion.
I agree.
So we're near at the end of the show, but first I'm going to go to Lex.
Already?
Lex, would you
Good
tell
Lord.
everybody? I know, Lex, could you tell everybody where they can find you? I know they can find you on Twitter, but can you tell everybody your channel, everything, so you can get your subscribers and maybe some new.
Can you guys only take us for an hour?
Oh, we could go a wee bit longer.
Oh, we can go longer.
No, what I mean, like when you look at me and Lex is like you only like to look at us for about an hour and go, good God, let's get off now. Like an hour is past. For the love of God.
Oh no, just we don't want to go on too long forever. Keep it short. Everybody's got lives.
People.
Remember when we spoke about attention spans of videos?
Yes, attention spans of videos. You keep them about an hour.
We try to keep ours an hour, like through the lens. We try to keep it an hour, but
we're really bad.
Lately, it's been going at an hour and 30 minutes and an hour and 45 minutes. But we like me and Lex are on the same page with this. When we're getting into the show and we're really talking, and especially if people are showing clips, of their past investigations. The time flies and the time goes by so quickly. And like even this hour, it doesn't even feel like it's an hour, and
I know.
Talking to these idiots.
There you go.
So, I mean, me and Lex, I'm talking,
What one is what to go first?
I still laugh when I hear it in the intro.
I know.
I don't know how I'm going to top that one for the next bit.
So, Lex, tell us where everybody can reach you and MD can send you hate mail or whatever. There you go. It's your chance to punt your channel.
Oh, wow. He went there. Good Lord. He went there.
Well,
hate mail.
If you'd like to send me hate mail, you can email me at lexdidyourmum.com. That's where my email is. That's where you can email me for hate mail. But for the nice ones of you, you can go to my Twitter page, which is Dakota. It's just been put up there. I'm very active on Twitter. I post almost every day, whether it's paranormal stuff or just stupid stuff. I'm on there all the time. I answer people's questions in the DMs as well. So if you have any questions about paranormal stuff, feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to spend time and answer it. My YouTube channel is very simple. It's just Lex Paranormal. And as not a lot on there at the moment now. There's not a lot going up at the moment. At the moment, you'll see that I'm uploading the Global Ghost Hunt segment videos that we're doing. We're getting the team to talk to the public. So I've been putting them up. on there. This year there is going to be a Halloween special, which again I can use this to ask for it. If you guys have paranormal clips and stuff like that, I want to do some live reactions to them on Halloween for the Halloween video. So you can send them to me at paranormalx666@gmail.com, and that will be just put them in there. Put the subject as Halloween video, and I will react to them in real time in the video and try and do as many as I can. For that, so that'd be quite good. And then at the moment, as I've said, since Bryan was in the UK earlier on in the year, I'm still working on getting the videos done for season 2, which will be coming out hopefully before the end of the year. So I'm hopefully going to be done by November.
Who's here? Like, I'm on the 29th floor. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah. What?
Like, that was a car. I'm on the 29th floor. And that was loud. I can't even imagine what it sounded like on the ground. Like, good Lord.
God.
I didn't know you
heard that. I
thought you lived in like a normal house.
Sorry, Lex. I apologize.
Oh, no problem. That was it. That's pretty much. They're the two that I use.
Yeah.
Oh, you can also find them on. You can also find them on this season's of 90 Day Fiance. So
no, you cannot. But I did forget one.
Oh my God.
But I did forget one. You can also find me every single Sunday on the channel Through the Lens of Bryan and Lex, where we have our talk show where we speak to paranormal investigators, podcast hosts, and stuff like that. So that's every Sunday, 9 p.m. my time, GMT, 4 p.m. EST.
Yep.
Yes. And now it's Bryan's turn.
I hope you've got about 20 minutes because Bryan's got like a million things he has to say here.
First things first, you can find me on all social media platforms. Ready? You don't need a sleeping pill for this one. It's just going to put you to sleep. But no, Huntophobia Canada, you can find on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all those wonderful things, all those wonderful platforms. You can also find us on Parapost Network, the app. We also have going right now, as you guys are on, as we are streaming right now, Parapost Network Central. We're also partners with Paralinks. So you guys are now streaming over on Paralinks as well. What else? Huntophobia, obviously on YouTube. And the biggest one, I'll say this, obviously Through the Lens with me and Lex. You can go find us on YouTube. It's called Through the Lex with Bryan and Lex. We're starting to climb again a little bit, getting some more views, which is great. So we can get people to know these people that we're interviewing, because we're trying to grow their platform, and that's why we bring them on the show. And we bring on real investigators, not this fake crap. We want real investigators to come on our show. So if you're interested in coming on our show, you can definitely find our email in the description if you go over to Through the Lens. And obviously, another platform I'm on is Paraflix, which is obviously Huntophobia. And if you are interested and you want to sign up to Paraflix, I can give you a code, which will be Parapost25, which means that you will get 25% off your first year, which works out, if you're in the States, about $2 a month. So all you have to do is enter Parapost25, and you can get that discount for your first year, which is obviously a fantastic deal. And you're going to get all the paranormal fix that you need. There's so many different things on there. And obviously, last but not least, that will be the Global Ghost Hunt. If you want to go over to and sign up your team, or if you have a haunted location, just go over to www.globalghosthunt.com. And that's it. And I think that's it. Was that it? I think that's it. Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah. And
but all the links.
There is, and I will let you know, there is something new coming. There is something new coming. Yes. And
can you give us a clue?
And it involves Stephen from Paralinks. we are working on something right now that I think people are going to be, well, we're excited about it. So we'll definitely be coming out with that in the next couple of weeks. And it will definitely help people on both platforms as well. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but we're working on something that is pretty awesome. So, and that's what I was on the meeting about today before I came on here.
Oh, see, they're teasing us.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to thank Bryan for coming on, and I would also like to thank Lex for coming on. Dakota, would you like to? Have we get any announcements or anything like that?
I guess we might have a couple. See, next week, Chris and I are going to be taking some time off from our usual schedule in order to prepare because Bald and Bonkers, somehow we managed to make it to our first year anniversary coming October 16th. We will have an interview with David Icke airing that day.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of new merch coming up, and for those of you who've been following us and you notice that every now and then we have some certain strange events take place, and it's apparently leaking out to other people. We have a bit of an experiment coming together that we're going to need as many hands on board with. It'll be a bit of a live stream. I won't reveal too much of it right now because there will be physical side effects for some people. It will probably induce headaches. But
why does that do that when you get into the good
right
moment?
Now, that's our back.
Keep on freezing, Dakota.
Every time you go to say something really important, you go,
seriously?
Yeah, at the big moment there, you froze.
Yeah.
You say it again. Just tell it again. Yeah.
Cool. What part did I cut off at? Because I noticed Brian's mouth started moving.
I will also let people know tomorrow on Through the Lens we will have Lost Souls, Daryl Evans on our show.
Right.
And also this Tuesday, I am traveling to Nashville, Tennessee to do some locations, and I might do some lives at this location. So whether it's where it's going to be, I'm not sure. It'll probably be on Parapost Network Central and probably on TikTok as well. So look forward to that. We're going to be hitting Bobby Mackey's Octagon Hall and some other places as well. So if you are a fan of Bobby Mackey's, definitely look out for that. I will also say tomorrow on Through the Lens, I will be having a surprise at the end of the show, and Lex doesn't know about it. I'm not going to tell him, and I do that all the time
as always.
But I will say, if Matt is in the room, Matt, you're definitely going to want to stick around for the end of the show. It's not involving Matt, so but. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun at the end of the show. We're going to be bringing somebody up that is going to be showing some video of a certain place. And I want to see inside this place. So if you're tuning in tomorrow on Through the Lens, it's going to be a lot of fun. So that's it.
Well,
I don't say it.
Thank you both for thank you both for coming on, and all the links will be below on this, obviously. And we'll need to get you back again sometime, you know.
Well,
and
we are,
aren't we? Lex looks like a Jedi warrior now. He's like praying. He's like,
well, aren't we? Or you're not announcing that show?
What?
Oh, wait. Don't we have a little something coming together with Bryan and Lex
December?
That's right. That's right. I forgot about that with Dave Schrader. We have a show on, what day is it? December the...
You're the one that fucking scheduled it.
Wow, that was aggressive.
I was actually talking. That was aggressive. It's November. Let me see. Yes, it's on a Saturday, and it's on December the 3rd at 10 p.m. It will be me, Dakota, Bryan, Lex, Lisa Fry, and we have Dave Schrader, the Holzer Files, and the Devil's Perch.
It'll definitely be.
It'll be an interesting show.
Yes,
it will be,
cool.
And that'll be our Christmas special. You know,
I don't think I've ever heard. What is Devil's Perch? Well, I've never heard of that.
You know, you don't watch his programs, right?
No, well, I might not get them here though. I might not get them here. So, what is Devil's Perch?
It's a program. It's Dave Schrader and his team, and they go to this place, and It's this town, and it's absolutely amazing. I'll send you the
Okay.
link if you get Discovery
Okay.
Plus.
Okay.
It's Ghosts of Devil's Perch, and
Okay.
he's probably watching this now because he does watch our stuff. So, Dave,
I'll
I'll send him the
definitely
link for you.
yeah, send me the link. I'm interested to take a look at that.
Yeah.
Is that the one
I
that's
actually started watching the on Netflix the Dahmer story.
Yeah,
It's actually pretty good. It's actually really good, and people are interested in seeing that.
What was that you were going
They
to say,
meet
Lex?
people.
I was going to say, is that the show that's got he's also got Cindy Kaiser with
Yes.
him as well?
Yes.
Yeah, Devil's
Okay.
Perch. That's
Yeah,
a
and-
location out of Butte, Montana. Of course, the thing people
Yeah.
go missing there. It's fucking Montana.
Yeah. It's like a mining town. It's like a copper or something mining town. It's a really, really good program.
Sorry. It's on Discovery Plus.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Okay,
on
I have Discovery Plus. I'll
and
check
it's
it
on
out.
Really Channel. It's on the Discovery Plus and the Really Channel too.
The what
I'll
channel?
send it to you. Yeah, the Really Channel. Do you have the Really Channel?
I have no idea what he's saying.
The
It's
Really
that's a British
Channel?
thing. Lex will
Can somebody translate?
real
please?
The Really Channel? What
That's
the
like Real Channel or something. It's called. That's a UK version.
Reels TV
It's
or something
Discovery
like that?
Plus.
Okay.
It's Discovery Plus. Just I'll send you the link for
I
Discovery
thank
Plus.
you,
Right?
thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah. You see, look at
I'm-
Lex.
well,
He's
I'm
so
looking forward
excited.
to
He
December
can't
3rd.
hold. I know.
December 3rd is going to be.
And look
cool.
at Lex. He just looks so excited. Look at him. Look at the sheer
Well, he's listening to
excitement in
somebody.
his.
He's listening to somebody, or somebody's talking to him.
Sorry, hang on, guys. Hang on.
Oh.
Maybe Nadine.
Mm.
Okay, if you're not
Yeah.
back, I'll go.
He's telling him
Okay.
Yeah,
he's just won the
indeed.
lottery.
No, I ain't.
I got to check my tickets. Thank you.
Oh.
Forgot about that.
Actually, that's I've got to check
70
mine.
million
I'll
here in
know.
Canada.
Ooh.
Somebody
70
in
million.
the UK won
Don't
100.
go out then.
Somebody in the UK yesterday won 179 million.
You know,
Holy
you thought you should
crap.
say they're not actually out. So
Yeah, and it wasn't me because if I'd won that, I wouldn't be here.
yeah, but if you're not there, why is he buying drinks for you?
Well, you could always put in a nice business investment there, Chris.
I could. I was thinking $20 million into Bonkers and then $10 million into Parapost. You know. look how happy.
Look
Brian
at
is.
Lex. It looks like he's going to kill somebody.
We should probably end the
Leave me
show.
alone.
I don't know. We should probably end this show before we end up showcasing a murder. Here,
So, ladies and
roll the
gentlemen,
credits.
I'm not
roll
going
the credits. See you all tomorrow, guys. We have a UFO guy coming.
See you
Ghost
tomorrow.
Story. See you tomorrow. Bye.